Superman wears his pants over his tights and we call him a hero. I do it in Tesco's once and suddenly I'm banned for life. I guess society really isn't ready for my greatness. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, welcome to Modern Escapism. Hello everyone and welcome to Modern Escapism. As you have figured out already, I am not Oodles. He's off pretending he has a poorly voice, but we all know it's because Hentai Senpai 6 launched on the Switch 2 today.
Now you tell me.
Now, my name is Stig and I will be your driver for this episode. And joining me, I have a lady who in the real world is a tattoo artist with questionable food taste. But in the VR world, she's a glitch in the system they pray never logs in. It's Candy.
Yeah, boy. I've moved there now. That's my real life. This is just a simulation.
He fights crime with style, sarcasm, bigotry, and a baguette that hits harder than most sidekicks. It's Biggie.
Hello, buttery podcast mates.
Oh, no, he's doing it.
And with riffs that melt the faces and an accent thicker than power chords, he doesn't fight villains, he shreds them. It's Gadget.
I'll read.
Yeah, hello. How is everyone?
All right.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's still weird podcasting on a Tuesday. I don't like it.
Well,
I didn't sleep very well with the heat.
Yeah.
The only thing about recording on a Tuesday is that you make loads of suggestions and I want to do it immediately and I can't. I have to go to bed.
Oh, yeah, because Sunday's your Saturday, isn't it?
Sunday's my Saturday.
Well, you're the reason we're doing it on a Tuesday, so...
I'm one of the reasons.
One of the reasons, yeah. The other reason still didn't even bother turning up.
I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind.
To be honest, I was very tired on Sunday.
Yeah, I was absolutely fucked on Sunday because I went... This is not what I've been doing this week, but I went down to see Mike Halstead, one of our patrons, for his 40th birthday, and I got exceedingly drunk.
Way!
Nice mix of sunstroke and drinking in a place in Yorkshire I can't pronounce the name of because it sounds like it should be from Wales. Miltham-Rod?
That did look like a Welsh name, didn't it?
It looked like a Welsh village, but it's like about...
Are you sure you weren't in Wales?
No, because I had to go on the M62 and I was very annoyed about it. Yeah, but no, it was a lovely time and happy 40th birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
Whoever you are.
He already got a happy birthday on Scorched. What more does he want?
He pays us for both. He gets it on both.
That's true. Happy birthday.
And other patrons, if you invite us to your birthday, we'll thank you on both podcasts.
Yeah, that's right. That's the kind of service you get when it comes to the Modern Escapism patron.
Yep.
But speaking of service, I've got a man who delivers us a news service. Biggie, it's time for Biggie's breaking news.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's breaking news.
Oh, it's me. Yes, well, as we're recording later and later, this news is a little bit old hat, more older than normal, but there have been mass Xbox layoffs. This has affected quite a lot of things. I'll try and run through it as best as I can. Mainly, it kind of started with Jason Schreier from the Bloomberg journalist, seems to be becoming the man with the breaking news, my nemesis. He claimed that King, the developer behind Candy Crush, was losing 10% of its staff, which equates to roughly 200 jobs. Meanwhile, some employees at ZeniMax have also been informed they're being laid off. ZeniMax was a company that Starfield, Fallout, and Elder Scrolls developer Bethesda is part of. Xbox employees based in the USA are expected to learn of job cuts later that week. The layoffs are affected the entirety of Microsoft, with as many as 9,100 people across the whole company, according to the Seattle Times. This is also via Windows Central. An internal email was sent to employees that was made public, penned by Xbox lead Phil Spencer. He told staff, "Today we are sharing decisions that will impact colleagues across our organisation to position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas. We will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness.
Line
What
must go
does
up.
that mean?
That
What does
means
that mean?
that they didn't make as much as the shareholders hoped, and they need to reduce headcount. It's the fucking same every time one of these AAA studios does it. It's always to appease the shareholders because a studio's greatest expense is staff. Any business's greatest
Hate that
expense is
business
staff.
speak.
I'm really
So-
disappointed that ZeniMax Online sacked a bunch of. They got a. So they're the guys that make Elder Scrolls Online, and for about 7 years they've been working on a new MMO, which wasn't. I think it might have been a new IP, but according to rumors. Anyway, that one's been completely shelved now. So I feel so sorry for the people that have spent their entire. It could be their entire working career making that game, and it's just been cancelled completely.
Yep.
Well, UK studio Rare has also been affected by the layoffs. As a result, the long in development Everwild was cancelled. Banjo-Kazooie and Sea of Thieves director Greg Mayles, Rare's most experienced and influential game designer, is going to leave the company after more than 35 years following the cancellation. You had the Elder Scrolls, as you mentioned. Forza Motorsport developer Turn 10 Studios has been hit hard by Microsoft's wave of layoffs. Almost 50% of their staff losing their jobs. Additionally, Call of Duty team Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games also reported to have suffered cuts. And then finally, the one that I think surprised most people was that Perfect Dark developer, The Initiative, they had to cancel that game. And that looked bloody good. Even I was interested in that.
Apparently, it was all rendered in Blender or something. There wasn't it. It wasn't actually a real game. They just put together something that looked like gameplay, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it was an
really?
announcement. Well, the announcement trailer wasn't in-game gameplay. It was.
Oh, wow, okay.
It was like a
That's
sizzle. It was like a
pretty
sizzle reel
stupid.
to show off like the concept and the artwork, and to like it's loads of studios do it. It's to basically usually done to like get funding or get signed by a publisher. Like, this is what we intend to make, kind of thing.
As I'm sure a lot of studios are going to be ruining the day they join Microsoft.
Yeah,
Yeah, that deal, that big merger thing seems to have backfired by all accounts, really, isn't it?
I mean, it was kind of inevitable. These always happen. These big companies merge or swallow up smaller ones, and then they just start cutting.
Mm.
They're just going to rely on Blizzard and Activision now, aren't they?
They'll be next for it, because what have Blizzard got? Blizzard have got World of Warcraft and Diablo 4, which, granted, they do make a lot of money, but they haven't had a new franchise in forever. They haven't had a StarCraft since 2013, I want to say.
Do they need it, though, if the game that they've got constantly still makes them money?
StarCraft 2 made a lot of money for a long time.
No, but I mean, like, World of Warcraft and Call of Duty and all that kind of that aspect of the side still earns them a shitload of money, so...
True.
That's why they put Call of Duty on at the end of their showcase.
Don't even talk to me about Call of Duty. I haven't got the latest one at the minute, but I just saw the other week that they've announced skins for Beavis and Butthead in that fucking game. I mean, what are they doing? I just don't even
It was Jay and
understand
Silent
what
Bob
that
a
game
couple of
is
months ago,
anymore.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Seth Rogen was in as well. They want Fortnite style, don't they?
They
Like
want
the
Fortnite
skins.
money, but they realise that it's jaded millennials that play Call of Duty.
No, like, I've never bothered with skins anyway. I like skins that I earn, not that I have to buy.
First person game, what's the fucking point?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a
So-
massive shame
okay,
because
cool.
I just really like some of the service that they've offered, some of the games like this year, like they've offered some great games. It's just been like every month has had like something come out that's like been good, but it just doesn't seem to. Clearly, it's not bringing in the money they thought it would be.
No. And also, should we talk about the Xbox graphics department lead? What he did?
He did a thing, didn't he,
Come
Biggie?
on.
He put out a very cringe-worthy hiring post with AI graphics. Yes, well done. So
It's obviously why they need a
put out-
graphics team.
They put out a LinkedIn post announcing some new job opportunities. What they used was an AI-generated graphic to do so. Yes, it's
I'll
got this lovely smiley gone.
For the YouTube viewers, I'll put it up on the screen, but it's for the audio listeners. It's of a picture of a happy young lass in a cartoony style working away at a computer, which says Xbox graphics is hiring and the Xbox logo. The problem is, and I know you guys don't work in Coheed like I do, so I'll tell you what the big problem with is it. Her fucking screen is backwards. You should not be able to see the code from behind the monitor. It makes it difficult to code if your monitor's turned around.
I just want to do a test while we talk about this live on the podcast.
What? See if you can make a better image than that.
Yeah, I want to do one on Copilot, which is their fucking AI, and see if it just like if I can get it to do it. But then it's just bloody it's just logged me out.
The other thing as well is outside of things, this guy is like the graphics lead, and okay, he's used AI art. That's one issue. The composition of the image is shit. Why is the text not centered over the logo? It's pissing me off as I'm looking at it, and it's like how could you lead the graphics team and use AI?
Do you think that's why? Do you think that was a deliberate move, though? Do you think they were being ironic?
Well, if they were trying to be, they fucked it up because it just makes them look incompetent. Oh man, it's just ridiculous. I do like the quotes.
Isn't it?
I do like the quote someone had on his LinkedIn, which was appreciate this preview of the care and attention to detail it makes you a leader. It's pathetic. Microsoft have like fucking burnt a lot of their goodwill this year, haven't they? Uncle Phil needs to be taken behind the woodshed and shot.
Yeah, sorry, Phil.
Some like I said, some brilliant games, and Game Pass is a really good service, but they're still not saying whether that link is to whether there's a link between Game Pass and these, and they still say yes, it's profitable, but is it like how
Well, let's talk about it now. Arcane Studios founder calls Game Pass unsustainable model and one which is damaging the industry. This is according to the founder, Raphael Colantonio, I hope I said that right,
Yep.
who shared his thoughts on the elephant in the room following last week's layoffs at Microsoft. He said, I think Game Pass is an unsustainable model that's been increasingly damaging the industry for a decade, subsidized by Microsoft's infinite money. But at some point, reality has to hit. He had previously worked on Dishonored and Prey. On social media, he continued, I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They'll either kill everyone else or give up. His observations were also seen by Larian's director of publishing, Michael Dowles, who said that the most vocal concern from within his own network was what happens when all that money runs out. Dowles went on to say, one of the main economic reasons people I know haven't shifted to its business model is stating that the infinite money thing never made any sense. In response, Colantonio said he agrees with Dowles, adding, I'm fed up with all the bullshit they feed us that they fed us at first, like, don't worry, it doesn't impact the sales. Only to admit years later that it totally does. And they went on a bit more.
Fair comments, really. I mean, I think Game Pass as a sole business model works for small indie developers, people who need that money to get their game made.
And for people like yourselves who have it, you get the advantage of it. You're happy because you get the games
someone,
you want to play.
who was it that said that Game Pass had been a massive success for them because it had got them more people and more eyes on the game, and that had spread to other consoles and PC.
Soundfall for Expedition 33.
Was.
It was them, but there was someone else who said it before that. Like the ability for people to just pick these games up on Game Pass. And then this game is fucking brilliant. Like, don't sleep on it. And then streamers are using that, and then that spreads. So I don't know. I mean, kind of 6 and 2 3s about it. His comments just sounds like he's pissed off about it, but he doesn't know the actual ins and out.
Well, no, he's pissed off because he's beholden to it because ZeniMax owned Arcane, so that means Microsoft owned them.
Well, there you go then.
And they did Redfall, and that died a fucking death.
I don't like Microsoft owning everything just purely from a monopoly aspect, really.
It's like Disney owning everything.
Yeah.
I don't think Game Pass is a problem because those streaming services work for TV and film. I don't see how it's any different.
It's funny though, because with the success of Game Pass, Sony really stuck to their guns and said, nope, we're not changing our format, and PlayStation Plus, as much as I joke about it in the Discord, is on average games. And then occasionally there'll be a blinder in there. They're like, oh, thank God for that. It's really nice. Thank you very much. And other times you're like, oh, well, that's just filler. It's not the best service.
I think Game Pass needs a competitor.
It does. But I don't think Sony are going to budge, according to them.
Of course they're not.
No, because they've got the market lead, haven't they?
They've got the market lead on the hardware, and they...
Microsoft now giving them games as well, and vice versa. So
but yeah, Game Pass will. There's every chance Game Pass will collapse in on itself in the next 10 years, and because it needs a competitor to keep it competitive, or people will just stop going to Microsoft. People will stop pitching to them and stop. They'll go people will move away from that model themselves and go and do traditional publishing deals.
What's the average time for the big games on Game Pass? Are they on there like 6 months or whatever, and then they drop off, or are they there for longer than that?
Tend to stay on for longer.
A year and a half, and like non-Microsoft owned games.
Pretty good then, isn't it?
Obviously, all the Microsoft games are on there permanently. There's some games.
Because funny enough, that's something else with PlayStation Plus is that the games do seem to revolve a lot. Some of the really good ones are getting taken off, and you're just like, fucking hell.
I think one of the advantages of Game Pass is that the brand new first party games come onto it day one. So, I've played about 400 quid's worth of Xbox games this year. So it's kind of paid for itself,
100%.
So I didn't get on that well with Doom the Dark Ages, but I didn't pay 70 quid to find that out.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. From a consumer point of view, I love it from a very selfish point of view.
Yeah.
But if it means that the industry ends up collapsing and it just starts costing loads of people's jobs, then
we can blame you.
No, I'll just go back to the old model. But when the old model comes with the caveat that I might not have tried Expedition 33 because I wouldn't have given... do I really want to give £70 to something that I might like? Everyone loves Elden Ring. I bought it and I played it, but in the end I didn't finish it because Balatro, everyone was banging on about that last year. I don't like it at all. It's not my kind of thing. So, but it came to Game Pass, so I tried it. But I mean, I know that as an industry as a whole, that I'm only one person. But if there's more than enough people with my mindset of, I can only buy one game every few months. I need to decide which game that's going to be.
Yeah, and it's great if you've got kids in that because. You don't have to keep buying them games. There you go. There's Game Pass. Fuck off. It's basically play Fortnite.
Let's just go back to
your
the
AI
previous
picture.
one. I finally got into AI. It won't let me create it in Copilot.
Will it not?
No, it knows.
It knows.
There's no one there to do it.
It started creating it, and then halfway through it cut out, and it came up with, I can't create that image for you. Feel free to ask for something else.
Well, it's not all smelling of roses at Sony either, because PS5 disaster Mind's Eye wants a redemption arc, despite hundreds of jobs being at risk. This is according to a new report from IGN, which paints a bleak picture of what's going on behind the scenes at developer Build a Rocket Boy. Sources say around 300 employees at the studio have been sent emails stating their jobs are currently at risk. Additional emails were apparently sent to people at PlayFusion as well, a company Build a Rocket Boy bought up in 2024. The talk of redundancies has been doing the rounds for a few weeks. Perhaps the most eyebrow-raising part of this report is that apparently ex-Grand Theft Auto boss and Build a Rocket Boy CEO Leslie Benzies reckons the scope for a Mind's Eye redemption arc. Sources claim that the Benzies addressed staff just in the week via a video call and insisted that the developer would bounce back with a relaunch of the Pan shooter. He also blamed internal and external saboteurs for the game's failures, having previously suggested that people would be incentivized to trash the title online.
Fuck off.
Apart from the fact that it was broken.
This guy's absolutely refusing to take any accountability for the fact that he pushed out a shit game. I've seen the clips of it. I've seen the streams of it. The fucking game is broken. It doesn't work. The characters all sound like idiots. Like, it's a shit game, mate. Just fucking take the loss.
Yeah, like no one's like got together online and go, okay, let's pan this game. It's the game launched and it's full of bugs and it's crap.
Yeah.
Can you pull it around and do a Cyberpunk with it? Probably not.
I don't think so because with Cyberpunk there was a good game under there. It was just broken.
Yeah.
Whereas this, apparently, it's like from like the story's boring, the gameplay is boring. It just, even if they made it work, it would still be like a 6 out of 10 game. Fucking pathetic, man. Fuck off, Leslie Benzies.
Yeah, I mean, I do always feel a little bit for if a game has had to be pushed out. Someone said you've got to push this game out; it's not finished. And you're like, the people who have worked really hard on this game. No,
big time.
Yeah, they're like kind of labor, and the fruits of their labor's just got shat on. But at the same time, just take responsibility.
I want to know who he's talking about with the internal saboteurs.
Yeah.
Like there's someone sat in the office going, I'm going to make this bad.
Somebody pressed the launch button like 2 weeks early, didn't they?
Twirling their mustache at the dev board.
You got a call in the middle of the night. Yeah. Sir, the game's launching 2 weeks early. What? It's not finished. Stop it. I can't stop it.
It just looked a bit sus, but I can't put my finger on it. Twirl.
Yeah.
He puts his top hat on.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Just fucking sort your act out, Leslie. Jesus Christ.
My co-pilot image, by the way, is much better than the Xbox One. The screen's the right way around for once. It's the same style cartoon, and yeah, use your own AI software next time, maybe. Mine's
still processing it. The first one it did I said, we're hiring, join the Garphic design team.
Wow.
And I did check my prompt. I had spelled it right. So
yeah.
Brilliant. I think we're all safe for a while.
Yeah. Next.
Up yours, Skynet. Also, sorry.
Yeah. Always make sure you say thank you and sorry, just to be on the safe side.
Another live service shooter is coming to a premature end. Steel Hunters, the mech game that launched into early access in April, is now closing in October.
Fucking hell.
6 months after.
Remember that being revealed. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just over 6 months after the free-to-play mech shooter Steel Hunters was revealed to the world with a spectacular trailer at the 2024 Game Awards.
Jesus Christ.
Bloody hell.
So, a year.
No, it was launch in April, ending in October. 6 months.
I mean, since launch.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like it's less than a year since it's lasted less than a year since its reveal.
Yeah, it's on Steam charts. I'm now curious now how low it got. Ooh.
At this point, I'm thinking, why does anyone even bother and just like let Fortnite run the world? Like,
yeah, 24-hour peak of 62 players. Ouch.
Ooh.
All-time peak of 3,700. So that was dead on arrival.
There has to, I mean, I was going to say there has to be some kind of hook, but I guess mechs, was there them thinking that was the hook? But
well, it's from the people who make War Thunder, so you kind of, I wonder if they thought they would have like a bit of cross-pollination between the two, because War Thunder, fucking loads of idiots play that one. Like, people go mad for War Thunder.
I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't,
big
I don't
multiplayer thing with historically accurate tanks, jets, and boats, ships. Sorry,
All right.
Like what's War Thunder's Steam charts? Just to War Thunder 24-hour peak 71,000.
Yeah.
Slight jump.
Yeah, so yeah, and that's another free to play one. So
Yeah, I know, but historically accurate tanks and ships and whatnot is a bit. It's
a bit more of a hook, I guess.
Yeah, but like, why would you think that those people would be interested in mechs?
I don't know. Maybe just people thought, oh, people like our game. Maybe they like us. I don't know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Another one bites the dust.
Yep.
Next.
Speaking of which, Stop Killing Games campaign surpasses 1 million signatures, but there are issues. So there have been a few instances recently of publishers rendering full-price games obsolete. One example is The Crew. a game designed to be played online, which has had its servers shut down in 2023. It means if you own a copy of the release on Blu-ray, it's utterly worthless these days, as you can't play it. Stop Killing Games has been appealing to local governments to put a stop to this practice, and the campaign is picking up pace ahead of its 31st of July deadline. Apparently, it surpassed 1 million signatures, but the petition's had a bit of an issue because they feel like there's been an issue with some of the spoofed entries, which is bolstering the poll, so they may have to review some of those figures. But if it does reach a certain threshold, the government has to discuss it in Parliament. It's a very strong chance the European Commission will pass a new law to protect consumer rights to retain video games that customers have purchased.
They will discuss it, but they won't have any idea what the fuck they're talking about.
No.
Stop killing games.
And then linked to that, PS4 launch title Need for Speed Rivals will be turned off in October, as will Anthem, which will have its server shut down in January 2026.
I thought that was already dead, to be honest.
Yeah.
It means being dead in the fact that it hasn't been supported, but you could play it. Like, there's no players there.
It's pointless then, isn't it?
Sad though, isn't it?
I think the thing is with Anthem, you could actually play the game solo and finish it. So some people have done it. The YouTuber I follow, I can't remember his name, but he goes around and he plays and he like makes videos on dead multiplayer games. He did Anthem and he managed to get through the whole game.
I think Oodles did it, you know.
Oodles got it, finished it on the day it came out and took it back.
Yeah. He still played the single player. But this all kind of, for me, it all ties into the problem with digital stuff as well. Like there's a few games that getting delisted out there this week. That John Wick Hex is getting delisted, and Inside and Limbo getting delisted.
Are they?
Yeah, off a certain service. I can't remember which service it is, but
oh wow,
it always worries me that like these companies could literally just go, something happens and it's not there anymore.
Oh yeah,
you just don't have access to it.
GOG are delisting them.
Yeah, which isn't like the end of the world because if it's still on Epic and Steam, but you know if it can go off that, then why can't it one day just be completely wiped off Steam? Do you know what I mean? It's still why I like to have physical Blu-rays because I just do not trust services
then you
to just
still have the problem with physical editions is that if the servers and stuff are shut down, they can't be updated.
Yeah, for games, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's again the other problem with games. Games are too big for the discs, so you have to get the updates, don't you? It's kind of stuck in a hard place.
You get one of those latest games that's only got like 8 megabytes of the game on it.
Well, like Doom: The Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't download it because if they shut the servers down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, most of the games now don't even come with the box comes with a code in it.
That's been like that with PC games for years.
I know, but Nintendo, that's a lot of Nintendo games now. It's just here's the box, but there's no game in it. I'm like, what's the point?
Or it's a cartridge with the license for the game on it.
Yeah, just silly. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked into this. Just stop killing games or whatever it is. But yeah, sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, more power to them.
Next.
Speaking of power, FBI says it's now seized multiple ROM piracy sites and claims downloads resulted in $170 million losses in just 3 months.
It's never going to stop, though, is it? It doesn't matter. Take one down, another one will spring up.
Exactly. Plus, you know,
it does seem quite an aggressive period for them cracking down, shall I say?
They just have to be
certainly making the news.
They just have to be seen to be doing something every now and again, don't they?
Yeah.
Not playing Fortnite. Like,
yeah.
What, the FBI?
Yeah.
Well, they've just had the whole case just cleared off their desk, haven't they? Nothing to see here. So, yeah, now they can focus on other things.
That list went missing, didn't it? What was it?
Yeah.
Shopping list, something list, client list.
Some kind of client list just suddenly disappeared. So now they've got plenty of free time. Go after the piracy. Anyway, we're not here to get into that.
No.
You can look that up yourself if you
We all know.
haven't clicked. Yeah, we all know. If you haven't clicked what we're talking about, allegedly, better just throw that in there just in case.
Yeah.
Just to confirm,
I'm not
on
sure
that
how it
list.
works, but whatever.
I mean, that was unprompted,
Anyway.
Biggie. Does that mean you are on that list?
No, I'm not on. I'm confirming I'm not on that list.
No one asked.
No one asked.
Bit like Stephen King.
Just making sure I'm very clear in case people think I'm on that list. I am not on that list.
Next.
Next.
Cut that.
Square Enix are developing Dragon Quest VII Remake, and it's a shame the one person that knows more about this than anyone else is not here.
I'm sure
Is
it's
7
Yeah, it never
a
made it
3D
to the-
game? Or
Yeah,
was
it's
that
a PlayStation 1 game that never made it to the Western Shores until it was made as a Dragon Quest VII Fragments of the Forgotten Past, which I think was originally released on...
PlayStation.
No, I think it was like 3DS or something like that. That was like a
That might well have been.
different version of it, I think. But yeah,
Oh,
it sounds
yeah.
like Square are going through their back catalogue and redoing them, which is great.
Why not? The Dragon Quest 3 one was just like, I haven't finished it, but like just the effort they put into that is great, and they're doing 1 and 2. And this one's a 3D one, so if they kind of update the graphics and everything on that and bring some voice acting,
Do 8. That's all I want.
well, they will do, won't they? They'll do.
I hope so.
If they do this one, then I'm sure they'll do 8.
You can play 8 now, but I think it'll look really nice with a fresh lick of paint.
I think didn't the 3 remake sell like 1 million copies in one day in Japan, which is like unheard of for most
Yeah,
games.
it's absolute gangbusters in Japan. I mean, I bought it as well, just purely off the back of Dragon Quest 11, even though it's completely different style. Just
Yeah.
like the world and the music and everything. God, I need to get back into that one. No, it's different fight music, which is a little bit disappointing because of, but obviously that it's trying to be as authentic as possible. Yeah, no, that's fine. Like games like that, I'm all happy for remakes and remasters and stuff. It's just games like The Last of Us that don't need redoing every 2 years.
Oh yeah, you missed that one out from the news, Biggie. The Last of Us now has chronological mode, which
That's right.
which lets you play so it's another version of The Last of Us Part 2. It was a free update for it, but it basically lets you play it from the beginning of the flashbacks through the flashbacks to the end of the game in order. Which I had issues with the pacing of that game in general, but I think that would really fuck the pacing of that game. So you don't do anything in the flashbacks. The flashbacks are designed to give you a bit of calming after a tense period.
So it's just going to be like, calm, tense!
I'm not sure I'd even want to play it in that order anyway. The whole the way that it was told is the better way to do it.
Well, yeah, because it's
I think so.
But then again, it's for people who've already played.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's for people who've already played the game, I'm guessing. No one's going to play that as their first playthrough as the bloody chronological order, are they?
Yeah.
Next.
How weird was that? I don't rate this game at all.
Just pissing about in a museum.
Went from Peak went from a cancelled game that couldn't get funding to selling millions on Steam. Apparently, the slapstick survival co-op game is a result of a killer collaboration between Aggro Crab and Landfall Games, and this is being streamed all over the place.
I want to play it. It looks so much fun. I need to find a
Never
group
even
of
heard
people
of
to
it.
play it. I just saw a clip of it and it's hilarious. It's like this little cartoon world, and you've got to climb up a mountain. You've got to like kind of help each other and everything. And there's an amazing viral clip because the voice chat is perimeter chat, so it's not over like Discord or your private things. You have to do it in game over perimeter. So
You
if
have to be
someone's far away, if someone's far away, they sound far away. And there's a brilliant viral clip. You'll have to look it up. This girl comes trotting around the side. She's like, "Hi guys, hi!" And she goes to reach this guy's arm, and she just misses. And all you see is her character just sliding down the mountain, going, and she screams. She is so in tune with the with the roleplay of it that she screams like she's actually falling in real life, and all you hear is her scream just going "Ah!" down the mountain. And TCGS did a stream of it, didn't they? So I just really want to play it because it just looks really daft.
Is it the one that's made by the makers of which is it? The Goose Game?
No.
Untitled Goose Game.
No, that's coming out later this year. That one.
Okay.
No, they did a Crab Dark Souls kind of game, I think it was, that came out recently. I can't think of the name of it. I should have put it in there.
Mr. Crab or something, isn't it? Just something.
It's something like that, yeah.
Another
And
Crab's
that did
Treasure.
all right, and then they were... Yes, it. And then they did another title that they had to cancel, and then they basically, like they said, they were probably at the end of their sort of developing of just doing nothing. It was all going horrifically wrong. And then they did this game jam between them, and they kind of had this idea. They got the idea of the climbing side of it. They had the open world side of it kind of there. And it was just like, what can we do with this? And then, they come up with this brilliant survival co-op game that's just making them a shit ton of money. About 36 million.
Yeah, it's only £6.39 on Steam. I might give it a blast with you at some point, Stig.
Yeah, nice. It's we could stream that. It'd be funny, actually.
Get Candy on it as well, because she'll fall off anything.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's the streamers, isn't it? If you can get someone that clicks for the streamers, then
Big time.
your quid's in, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like what do you call it? What Among Us did.
Yeah, there was also like a shopping one where you ran a shop, and like it's just you ran a shop and you opened cards, but it took off with the streamers and like made them a lot of money.
Not heard of that one.
No, it's the basic. Like look at the game and it's so basic looking, but the streamers like I was watching Queso, some clips of him do it, and he was like role playing as the actual shopkeeper and like telling his staff off, even though the characters can't do anything back to him. And he's just like, swear to God, if you don't pick up that box, and his assistant just like opens the box, leaves it on the floor, and he's just getting, and he makes the stream fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's just stuff like that. If you can get the streamers on with like that, then your quid's in. Anyway, next.
Oh, caught me off guard. Lost my spot. Moving to the world of film and TV. Film you may have heard of. Superman gives the DC universe a flying start with $217 million opening weekend at the box office.
It's done all right.
Yeah.
Good. Not so much in China. It's made about 6 million in China, but he's very American, isn't he, Superman?
I was going to say it's a very all-American hero. I didn't think that would go down quite so well.
Yeah. So
Will we be blessed with a review later in the pod?
maybe.
I have very much enjoyed the usual suspects trying to shit all over this film and being roundly ignored.
Oh, James Gunn has literally the perfect answer for it in the film that people are using to respond to that. So, yeah, I won't spoil what that is, but you will start to see it in the comment section and replies to people. They're just sharing a screenshot from the film, and it's just like it's an instant put down to, yeah, we don't care about your shit. Yeah, no, I will review Superman later on in the podcast. Next.
Marvellous. This was a bit of a surprise. Neil Druckmann is focusing on Naughty Dog games and steps away from the Last of Us TV show.
I think by all
He
accounts
revealed he
after the
stepped away
second
from the
season.
production.
I think by all accounts after the second season of The Last of Us, that's probably a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to go back to focusing on game development, as they've obviously got the next big thing for them, hopefully, which is
Last of Us Part 3.
the remaster of the other two, combining it together to make 1 + 2 = 3.
Intergalactic, isn't it, the new one?
Yeah.
They have done another re-release of the two Last of Us games, haven't they? Recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one now, they've played it in reverse order. It ends with Joel being happy.
Into it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think he's going
Haley
back
or
for
Haley Gross is also stepping away from it as well, because she co-wrote it with him.
I think he's
So
going
it's
back
both
for
of them
Last of Us
stepping
Part 3. I think Intergalactic's probably already on with it. I'm calling it. I'm still sticking with it. With
probably.
it.
I would think so. It's been well in development, so story-wise, yeah, surely.
Yeah. But yeah, Last of Us Season 2 made some changes that I just didn't think worked at all, unfortunately.
I didn't think The Last of Us Part 2 worked very well.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. Next.
Yeah, so that is pretty much that. I'm sorry it's more of a games-heavy news, but moving on to, sadly, a couple of deaths in the week or two, as we're obviously recording a bit later. Be remiss for me not to mention the sad news that Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva were killed in a car crash on the 3rd of July. Diogo, for me and Stig, played for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Really sad. Big shock. No one obviously naturally saw that coming. It was just such a strange day for news when that came through. Thoughts go out to the family and the club and fans and everything else.
Yeah, horrible. Just horrible. So they decided to retire his number now, which is a good thing,
Yes.
I think. So I'd like to see him get a flag put in the cop as well.
Yeah,
That'd be
it's,
nice.
I think they're going to put... did they say they're going to put a statue outside or something like that
I don't
in
know.
honour of him?
Don't know.
There were rumours of that. But yeah, it's nice to see the love that he had as a player from the fans and from other clubs as well. Generally, people have been really nice about it because you know how fickle fans can be. They've actually been quite nice with their tributes to him, which is unusual.
Big gamer as well. Like really into
Yes, he was.
esports. It's like outside of football, he was actually like competing in competitions and really good at like online FIFA. So
Just bloody good at everything he did.
yeah, yeah, absolute shock. So he's going to be missed.
And then sadly, actor Michael Madsen, most famous for possibly Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill Volume 2, amongst other things, died at the age of 67. Acting
No age,
career
is it?
spanning more than 40 years.
No, he's so good in those like those roles in the 90s.
Yeah.
He's gone through a whole. You go through his career, like there's a lot of parts of just pretty terrible films, but when he turned it on, like he can really, really turn it on. Tarantino always seemed to be able to get a tune out of him. He plays like a part in The Hateful Eight as well. And he had a part cut out of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was actually in that, but it got cut out. But
Really?
that I think Reservoir Dogs obviously is probably his most memorable role.
He's great in that.
Yeah, the whole ear scene. He improvised talking into the ear.
Yeah.
So Tarantino just wanted him to like throw it away, but he was like he picked it up and he was like, "Hello, can you hear me?" or something. He says into the ear. And it was all like improvised by him. Yeah, so yeah, really, really good actor.
I was astonished that he was only 67. I thought he was much older than that. Like, had a hard life, or lived hard at the very least. Jesus Christ.
He introduced a Game Award last year, didn't he?
He did. He was in a game last year. He was in that fucking something city.
I think didn't he do voice acting for GTA Vice City at one point? Was he one of the actors in that, maybe?
No,
I know Ray Liotta is, but I thought he was in one of them as well.
No, he wasn't in Vice City.
He seems like the kind of actor that would be in a GTA.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's see if he was in GTA. That's because I'm curious now.
Yeah, it's difficult. He's had 334 acting roles, so it's not easy to nail it down.
He was the original voice of Tony Cipriani in GTA 3.
Ah,
There you go. Yeah,
I'm amazing sometimes.
yeah, he was a really, really good actor. Enjoy seeing him in films when he popped up.
Yeah, sad loss. Okay, moving on to the bullet points. SAG-AFTRA, that's an acronym, approves 2025 video game agreement, officially concluding its strike. The new contract ensures safety guardrails around AI, which includes consent and disclosure requirements for AI digital replica use and the ability for performers to suspend consent for the generation of new material during a strike.
Fantastic. Love it.
Great news.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo Game Show in 2025 is set to be the biggest ever. Confirms Sony, Square, NX, Sega, and more. This year's Tokyo Game Show set to be the largest, with a huge total of 772 exhibitors currently listed for participation across its whopping 4,083 booths, and 299 of the listed companies are headed to the event from outside of Japan, which really shows how much of a global expo Tokyo Game Show has become in recent times.
Fucking hell, the Japanese don't do it by half, do they? Jesus Christ, 4,000 booths. 4,000!
Xbox are there as well, apparently.
Yeah.
But Japan hates Xbox.
Never heard of them.
Well, according to that one guy on Twitter, anyway.
Yeah.
Something close to home for a gadget. Summer Games Done Quick 2025 raised £1.8 million pounds for Doctors Without Borders. Speedruns included Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Balatro, Super Mario Maker 2, Blueprints, Mario Kart World, and Beat Saber.
So yeah, I've been fucking wild busy with work this last week, so I didn't get to watch much of it. But the ones I did watch, the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, that was all bosses, including all the mini bosses, all the hidden bosses, and all the optional bosses, in an hour and 20 minutes. It's fucking wild. There's 54 bosses in that game.
That's like a boss a minute almost.
Near enough, yeah. With like 30 seconds to get between them. Balatro was fun because the speedrunner was so good that he beat the game far faster than they anticipated. So they extended the amount of runs he could do. They let him do more runs because obviously they do everything on a schedule, and he like came in so underestimate that they basically just let him do more runs.
Sorry, I've been extra brilliant.
Yeah. So every GDQ they do a Super Metroid race between like it's these two rival speedrunners that do it every time, and like they are the top ones. Every time one of them only wins by about 3 seconds, and it's so good. So yeah, get on those ones. And the Mario Maker 2 one is just hilarious chaos. It just always is. Because the people who make the levels for that are evil. Like, Ryuka would be upset with the stuff that they put out there. It's all hot garbage.
Oh, just some of the stuff that goes on that game.
But yeah, I'm currently working through the VODs and getting caught up with ones. There's some like weird old school horror games in there that I want to see done. Like Siren, which apparently is a fun run. So, yeah. Well done for that.
Hopefully they'll announce games done slow, because then I could submit my Final Fantasy VII for that.
Their next event, if you want to try it, is Frame Fatales, which is the all women's one. So get your Cloud wig out and see if you can get in there.
Karen Cloud.
Yeah.
Bless her. Xbox's Forza Horizon 5 sold an outrageous 2 million copies on the PS5 in just a month.
People making money.
Like that deal worked. And it'll be interesting to find out the reverse when PlayStation brings Helldivers 2 to Xbox out next month on the 26th of August.
Some of the ponies are upset about that one.
Can't they just?
You
just can't win, can you?
Just share your games.
Great games on your machine. Great games going to the other machine.
Share your games. Everyone's you earn
it's
more money.
It's all for Super Earth. You can't section off the Helldivers. It's all of Super Earth.
Just part of me that thinks that Sony might start putting other games on the Xbox just purely because it's like, well, we're already leading the sales in terms of consoles. What more can we sell now? Okay, let's sell our games to the, they're already putting them on PC.
Yeah.
Can we get some of these on a Switch too? Can we get some of these on an Xbox?
Put Astrobot on the Xbox and just it's a massive PlayStation advert all the way through.
No, unfortunately, that's the only one that can't go anywhere.
Because it needs the controller, doesn't it?
Needs the controller, yeah.
Call of Duty World War II on PC Game Pass has been yanked offline amid reports security exploits are leaving players with screens full of smut. Activision has pulled it whilst it investigates the unspecified issue. Some reports claim is a remote code execution exploit that's left some players grappling with app pop-ups, PC shutdowns, and even screens full of pornography.
Like genuine World War II experience.
Wow, smartphone Destiny spin-off attracts over 5 million pre-registrations. I know that's not pre-ordering, it's not the same, but wow, still.
I didn't even know that was coming. The hell's that?
5 million pre-registrations, that's insane.
It's got to be China focused, that. Destiny Rising. The fuck kind of game is that going to be? Yeah, that's going to be aimed at the Chinese market, that, isn't it?
Amazing. Destiny is still not dead. Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2 is now in production. It presents a new standalone 10-episode story from the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
Good.
A war chronicle of redemption and revenge.
So Edge Runners was great. So,
Still haven't watched it, which is
it.
weird. I'm on my third playthrough.
Oh.
really good.
I'm on my third playthrough of the game, and I've not watched Edge Runners yet.
I've got a feeling I know who it's going to centre around, but I'll talk about that in the green room.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've no spoilers for the first season. I was about to spoil something for the first season.
Yeah,
Yeah, do not.
Yeah. Just get it watched then.
I'm not going to get to watch the next 2 hours, am I?
No, I mean, like, you can get it watched for 2 weeks. You've got 2 weeks to watch it. You can report back in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Jurassic
there is
World,
anime titties.
Jurassic World Rebirth opens with $318.3 million worldwide. The second biggest global movie opening of 2025.
Yes. I could talk about
Have you
that
seen
later
it?
as well if you'd like.
I thought you might. Denise Villeneuve, Dune 3 gets official title. It's called Dune Part 3.
I mean, what did anyone else expect? I mean, it was never going to be called Dune Messiah because people wouldn't associate it with the first 2 films.
Yeah, it makes sense. But, yeah, it's just funny because they were just like, oh, everyone just kept calling it Dune Messiah, and it's just like, it's official, it's called Dune Part 3.
It's like such a non-story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I thought that's why Stigger put it in there.
yeah just for
Guy
the laugh.
Ritchie. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, just for the laugh.
Yeah. Guy Ritchie exits Roadhouse 2. Guy Ritchie has left the production of the sequel to Roadhouse, according to reports. The original was one of Amazon's most watched films, and I watched it a few weeks ago. Bloody hell.
Great.
And when they look at the stats, there's just like very specific sections of the film that I just watched it over and over again.
I didn't mind the movie until a certain person entered, and I was just like, what is this?
Oh, yeah.
What Captain Wife?
That is just, oh, mate, that is just insane, that performance. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But anyway. And one for Stig, Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke. Oh, I can't say. Mononoke, thank you. Is set for a 4K IMAX release in the UK cinemas this summer.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's IMAX, so there isn't an IMAX close to me. If it does, if every man pick it up, just even though it's not IMAX, if they just pick it up and put it on, like, I'll go to that.
Yeah, I'll go see that. It's been years since I've seen Princess Mononoke.
I actually haven't seen it, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
It's a very good one. It is a very good film. It's one of the first ones of theirs I ever saw.
I think it was the first one I saw of
It's the
theirs.
first. I think it's the first one. I think it's like the first feature length. Hang on.
Love how Stig
And
just
with me,
slides out of
with
camera.
me tonight is the director.
Hayao
No.
Miyazaki's in his house.
That was Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. Sorry.
Had to check the old archives.
Yeah. No, I should just look at my.
Well, he's
shelves.
tied up. The director's tied up there, just nodding his head.
I wish he was my granddad.
Oh. Finally, over to the Weird World Web. 3 injured as policeman accidentally sets off hand grenade in court.
What the fuck?
3 people. 3 people were injured in a courtroom in Pakistan this week after a police officer pulled the pin out of a hand grenade in order to demonstrate how it worked.
Oh, for
The
fuck's
officer
sake.
from the Sindh Police Department's Calicut station was giving evidence at a high-profile terrorism-related case in Karachi. The grenade was part of a cache of weapons thought to have been recovered from the defendant in the trial. According to local reports, the officer pulled the pin on the grenade after the judge asked him how the device could be detonated. The police officer believed the grenade had been deactivated. The courtroom was cleared in the aftermath of the explosion and the bomb disposal squad alerted. 3 people were taken to a nearby hospital for emergency medical treatment, and the trial was suspended for the rest of the day.
Why wasn't it disarmed?
What? You hold the grenade, that bit's the pin, you pull it out. You don't actually pull the fucking pin out. How does he clean his gun? Does he look down the barrel and pull the trigger to make sure it's unloaded? Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, that's insane. An explosive court case, I guess.
Ooh. Put a pin in it.
Yeah. Right, is that it? We done?
That's it. Sorry, it's a bit of a long one, but there's a lot to cover.
Yeah, well, that's a lot happens in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right, let's get on to what we've been doing. I'll start with you, Candy. What have you been doing?
I have done a couple of things. I actually smashed it. I finished Death Stranding, and it is phenomenal. It's everything that the first game was. It improved on the good bits. It got rid of the bad bits. The last 6 hours are just incredible. I think it's going to be such a difficult choice at the Game Awards. I think Expedition 33 is going to get it because of the situation in which it was made. But it's fantastic. I said before, I wasn't especially looking forward to it. I thought that it was perfectly succinct in the first one. The story did what it needed to do. It didn't need to go anywhere. But it is just... It's incredible. Like, the way they've done some of the scenes, it's impressive that it could even be done on a PS5. I just ran mine on my regular PS5, not even a PS5 Pro. And I just kind of, like, the amount of things all going... Because obviously you have your new biomes and everything, so whereas it's just a lot of Iceland, you've got desert storms, you've got earthquakes, you've got avalanches. Also, there's always something going on. And yeah, it's just all the weapons as well. You've got so many more tools at your disposal. You can play it any way you want. There's certain things that I just never touched, and it didn't make the game any more difficult. It didn't make it less enjoyable, but it just suited the way that I played it. It's a bit more front loaded, like with the weapons you get, it's a bit more front loaded at the front, which is definitely an advantage. You're not stuck with just roping things up.
I do not like that the mules at this point that I'm at in the game have discovered landmines.
There's a whole lot. They've discovered more than that. Oof.
I was not happy about that when I overextended into a fight, decided to run and got my beloved off-road pickup destroyed and all my cargo destroyed by one.
I'll leave you a new one. I'll make you a nice one.
I was perturbed. Also, the data scientist is nailed onto every data scientist I've ever met. They're all ubu girls.
Yeah, she is a ubu girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how easy it would be to play if you haven't played the first one, but I think if you played the second one and you go back to the first one now, the first one would be difficult to go back to.
There's certainly you get like vehicles and roads a lot faster than you do in the original game. Because I remember it wasn't until like chapter 4 or 5 that I even got like off-roaders and the ability to make roads in the first game.
So everything that you got in the first game, you get pretty much within the first 3 chapters, I think, of the new one. But then, and some of the things that you got in the PS5 version of Death Stranding 1, so they added a couple of items that you can use to make deliveries a little bit easier. They're then put in kind of mid-game. And then you get certain more. It's mostly like a bigger collection of guns at your disposal.
See, I quite like
silence rifle.
I quite like the idea of the fact that you get stuff that you ended the game with quite early on in the following game, because it always felt really odd to me to play a sequel and then you start the game and all of a sudden like everything this character's learned and figured out how to do it. Doesn't exist anymore and you have to redo it all again. It's like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, like you get the great context in this game because like you start the game and Sam's given it up. It's not been taken from him. He's not deep out. He's like, I'm done. I don't need this. And so you have to reacquire it all.
Death Stranding's a bit of a funny one in that the game gets easier as you go on. You don't have to have it's not like you have to grind particularly. You don't have to grind your character to get better stats and everything, although you can build more, but your character doesn't get any stronger. It's a funny one. It's like people say you do need to stick with it for the first couple of chapters, the first one and the second one, I think. But that being said, if you didn't like the first one, don't you're probably not going to enjoy this one either. Although I don't think there would be that many people jumping onto the second one without playing the first. But it is still it's still a delivery game. It is still a delivery game. That's what I was worried about to begin with.
But that's why I was first one.
If you don't get on with it, then you won't like the second one. It's know. Although, I mean, that said, I think really it's only the gameplay that is very hit or miss with people. It's very Marmite. But I think if you were to watch like a playthrough of the story's great.
Yeah, but every clip I've seen is just Kojima being more and more weird.
But that's going to be the clips that are shown on TikTok and everything, because people are like, "Oh my god, that's so weird!" Like, it is weird. It is fucking weird.
There are some really sweet moments inside the weirdness. I love Rainy. She's so lovely.
I love Rainy. Do you know what? As well, another thing I noticed is Kojima really respects female characters. In fact, it's the female characters in this one that's driving the whole thing. Sam's just kind of along for the ride.
I think that's a wild overcorrection from the last game when your main female character, you had to watch her getting aged in the timefall.
Wild overcorrection for the last 30 years of his games.
But I mean, there is still the concept of what the bridge babies are is still not good towards women.
No, but it doesn't shy away from the fact that it's awful. And not only that, there's another element of it that's explained in the story that makes the whole acquisition of these women and these bridge babies even worse. Yeah, and it's quite a social commentary.
Yeah, I've had that bit of exposition. It's rough.
There are a lot of messages.
Out of rain?
Rainy's not made out of rain.
But when she's outside, she generates, as opposed to Timefall, which makes things age, she generates rain that makes things grow.
Oh, so there's some kind of rain aspect to it. It's just that's Kojima, in it. Like it's on the notes. Every character's name is
what like the grizzled soldier, Die Hard Man, or or there's
Doll Man. He's a doll.
Yeah, Doll Man. There's a doll. There's the guy who leads you through the Tar Man.
Yeah.
There's the guy who stops his heart so he can like examine the beach, and he's like, yeah, that's Heart Man.
I just kind of love that in his game. I do kind of love in his games that he's got the idea of this character. Okay, this guy is this. He does this, and then he comes back to it and goes, "Have you got a name for him yet?" No, but he does this, so that's his name with man on the end.
It's what you nickname somebody when you can't remember their name, isn't it? When you meet someone to begin with, it's like, oh, that guy that was wearing the jacket, Jacket Man. Jacket Man came and bothered me.
It goes down to some of the sillier names for the preppers that you're connecting up, because like some of them make sense. You see the musician, fine, he is a musician, he's out there making music. There's one I found last night, the pizza chef. That's just all his thing is. In this post-apocalypse, he's in an underground bunker making pizza, and then immediately, oh no, you've got a delivery to someone to take a pizza to them.
And it's not who you think it is either.
No.
But yeah, absolutely wonderful. If you like the first one, watch the second one. If you didn't like playing the first one, watch the story playthrough. Watch the story playthrough of the second one. It's fantastic, and it's not. I don't want to say that it's not as weird as it looks, because it is pretty fucking weird in some places. But don't let it put you off. It's fun weird. We need more weird like that. We need people thinking outside the box. The second thing I did, I went to a secret gig the other day on Sunday. An artist was playing 2 half-an-hour shows on one day. I went to see Yungblud, and I'm going to see him at one of his full shows in April, and I'm just phenomenally excited. I think after seeing him, so I don't know if any of you saw the Aussie show, the last Ozfest.
Yeah,
clips.
Well, yeah. I saw the clip of him playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he really was, in my opinion, he was a massive highlight of the show. I think he came on and just absolutely, compared to all these crumbly old, like, I don't want to be disrespectful, but Axl Rose is a crumbly old dinosaur that doesn't deserve to be on the stage that he has.
He can't sing anymore.
No, he can't sing, and he's not that old. Like he can't.
He's lost it.
Yeah,
he'd be better off. He'd be better off miming.
He'd be better off miming. He'd be better off not singing in the Mickey Mouse voice. Like everyone understands. If you can't hit the high notes, don't. Yeah, please don't. Please refrain. But yeah, he was brilliant, and he was a highlight coming on. And so off the back of that, I think that he is probably going to explode all over the United States now. I think that's opened up a world audience for him. So I was so grateful to be able to see him. The venue was probably maybe 150 people max, and it was absolutely packed to the rafters on the hottest day of the entire year. And he just blew the roof off. He was incredible, and it was only him and I think one or two musicians. I think the majority of it was all like backing tracks, I think, because a lot of it was from the new album. But he was phenomenal. He's so charismatic. He is so attractive as well. And like, I don't want to be that woman, the old cougar, but he's phenomenal. He's going to be huge, I think. And I think he's what rock and pop and whatever you want to call it. I think it's what we need at the moment. He's one of the bands like Prodigy where he takes inspiration from so many different genres. He brings people together, and he's such a positive. I think gone are the days of rock stars being, Axl Rose, being the druggy, standoffish, big-headed. That's not cool anymore. It's cool now to be inclusive, and I think that like Gen Z kind of people are a lot more open to it, and I think, thank God, because that's taken a long time to change.
Mm-hmm. He's launched his own like festival, hasn't he, to try and like keeping ticket prices down.
Exactly. Well, the show that I went to was 20 quid, and it came with a free CD as well. But
nice.
Yeah, he's wonderful. If you get a chance to see him, go and see him, and try and see him now while you still have a chance.
I need to have a listen to his music, really, like, because I like him. I know he comes across as kind of brash, and people like. I think he gets a lot of shit just because of his voice, because people think that
very Lancashire, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's Lancashire, Yorkshire, forget.
I think people look down on him just because they think, an accent can make or break you, like how people perceive you, and I think people perceive him as being this just stupid young lad, but he's not at all.
No, not at all. Like, even when he came onto the scene, even when he's always been a really artistic guy, sort of thing, in the way that he dresses and the way he presents himself, even before he was a particularly famous artist.
No, but I'm going to give it a listen to. Yeah, I'm going to give his music a listen to. So
I think you'd really like it, because he does a couple of really heavy ones as well. Like, he's done a couple of songs with Bring Me the Horizon. He's done a song with Machine Gun Kelly. He's done a couple. You can't win them all.
He does have a hell of a voice, though. That cover of Changes he did for the Aussie show, like, he's absolutely got a set of pipes on him. And he's a skinny lad.
Yeah.
Like, you expect someone with a voice like that to be like built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
To have the lung capacity.
But yeah, it was a brilliant, albeit fucking hot show. It was brilliant.
He was like a stone in sweat.
Oh God, I can't. The heat stroke is still with me.
Is that you?
That's my week.
Well, I also went to a gig, and I also sweated a lot. Before I get into my reviews of certain films, I went over to Belfast to see Alexisonfire, and Coheed and Cambria played like a joint headliner gig. So both of them got, like an hour and a half each. It was amazing. Alexisonfire, I think I can safely say, for me, the best band I've ever seen live, just purely because their energy. They're all in the mid-40s still, and they're all in the mid-40s, and they're still bouncing around on stage like they're in the 20s still. Like, they haven't let up. The energy is absolutely incredible, and I didn't stop. I went all the way to the front. I was on my own, went there for the day, flew there, watched the gig, flew back the next day.
Nice.
So I went all the way to the front by myself, bouncing around, singing along. And by the end of their set, I was just like, because I'd bought a t-shirt and just put it over the top of my other t-shirt. And I was like, I'm going to have to take one of these off.
On the hottest day of the year.
So
I should put on more clothes than necessary.
Yeah, I was like, I am so warm. It's just ridiculous. Luckily, Coheed is like, they are rocky and you can bounce around a little to them, but they're definitely a bit easier going. So I just kind of was able to just chill down a little bit. But yeah, Alexisonfire, man, I absolutely love them. Just, they're so good. I know they have played a few more gigs in the UK, but down in London, the area in Cheltenham, I can't get to them on a whim. So
that's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that they might come back and. Well, the last album was out in 2022, so I'm hoping they might have something in the works because they've been doing a few live shows over the last several months.
Are they from Cheltenham?
No, they're from Canada.
Seems like a weird place to play.
Oh, they're at Thousand Trees Festival.
Oh, okay, right, I'm with you.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that was amazing. The other thing I did this week was I watched a hell of a lot of new films. I will head to the quick ones and then I'll do the big ones. Head of State is on Prime. It stars John Cena and Idris Elba, who play the American president and British Prime Minister. And while they're both on Air Force One, a terrorist attack happens on the plane and it crashes, but them two are pushed out with parachutes on. And it's them trying to get back to basically to safety while people within their own government are trying to thwart them and get them killed. It's a lot of fun. Is it a great film? Mileage may vary, but if you want a Friday night film that's like an hour and a half long and you just want a laugh, I really enjoyed it for that. They've got really good buddy cop chemistry going on. If you've seen Suicide Squad and the way they bounce off each other in that, you get very similar from this. It's really fun. I enjoyed that. Ballerina, I enjoyed that. That's the Ana de Armas film set in the John Wick universe. Yeah, it's very much John Wick, but with a female lead going around kicking ass.
No, it's gone woke. Can't do it.
John Woke.
She is part of the... Yeah, if you remember in John Wick 3, there is a secret society of ballerina who are assassins led by... Angelica Houston, and yeah, Ana de Armas is one of them, and she is sent off to do missions. So there's a lot of ass kicking, and if you enjoy A Man on Fire, which I know a certain listener of ours does plenty, there's a section near the end which you will really love. I don't want to spoil it what it is, but you will love that section.
She was kind of destined for this kind of role, wasn't she? After turning Bond as well, I think.
Yeah,
it helped put her on the scene for setting her up for something like this.
Yeah, she was underused
I want
in
more
Bond
of her
as well.
from that Bond film. Oh, sorry, Candy, what did you say?
I think she was unused or underused in the Bond film. I remember even seeing trailers, and then there's obviously a lot that was cut out of her stuff because she looked like she was like going to be kick-ass, but yeah, she was just kind of surplus to requirement, really, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, too much of that film focused on the pointless romance story between Bond and Fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm hoping, I'm hoping that she makes a return, but obviously they're going to completely reboot Bond, aren't they? So it's unlikely that we'll ever see her back.
I don't know, because M came back, didn't she?
Yeah, but I think Amazon are going to want to just redo the whole thing. So yeah, I have seen the two big releases of the three big summer blockbusters, because one of them isn't out yet. So I've seen Jurassic World Rebirth. It's not very good, unfortunately.
No,
which really disappoints me because I had high hopes for it based on the director and who was involved and the writer, who was one of the original writers of Jurassic Park, and I just thought I actually liked what I saw in the trailers, but yeah, it's just another poor Jurassic Park / world film.
I think we have to. I think we have to accept at this point that the Jurassic Park that we knew and loved is not going to happen again. It's Fast and Furious with dinosaurs now.
You're not even wrong. You're not even wrong.
Fast and fossiled.
So they really need to stop treating their dinosaurs as second class. Everything in these last few films has been about mashups of different dinosaurs or mutations. Like, there's so many different dinosaurs out there that are still scary, but they keep making up these like alien looking creatures. I still love a T-Rex. I think a T-Rex is like amazing.
Funny, scary.
Yeah, but no, they have to do a T-Rex mixed with this or mixed with that or this genetically modified creature that looks like a fucking rancor. It's like, I don't need that. The setup of this film basically is you have a guy from a pharmaceutical company, and he goes to Scarlett Johansson, who's like a mercenary for hire, and he says, I need you to go to this island where they did research on these, and we've found out that the DNA in these creatures, a sea creature, a sea dinosaur, a land dinosaur, and an airborne dinosaur. So you've got sea, land, and air. And if we can get all their DNA, mix it together, we can cure heart disease.
Hey? That took a turn.
Are you sure it just doesn't make Captain Planet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Obviously, you can
That's
tell.
a reach.
You can tell when a guy from a pharmaceutical company comes and asks people to do this. He's doing it out of their good intentions. There's no nefarious means whatsoever.
Does he have an open shirt and slick back hair?
I don't know. He's played by Rupert Friend, so he's
Probably then.
Yeah. So she assembles a team with Mahershala Ali and a few other of her previous people that she's worked with, but while they're there, a young family, a father with his two daughters and one of his daughter's boyfriends, they get attacked by one of the sea creatures, and they all end up on this island together. They rescue them on the boat, and then they all end up on this island together. I really didn't care for the family in this whatsoever. It's that typical, we have to have a young child in there in peril, but in reality, they're never in peril. So it just kind of, I'm just like, every time you see this young girl and this dinosaurs, you're like, it does work in Jurassic Park. I know I can say that's a masterpiece for me, and it does have children in peril, but it's like, we've seen it. It's been done so many times. Like every single Jurassic World / Park film has to have a child in peril, and it's like, and they always do stupid things.
They should really do one where the child actually does get eaten.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
bit in half.
I didn't care about their story. I thought if they'd have just focused this on this team of mercenaries and fleshed them out more, and we focused on them, then any of the deaths in this film would have felt more like worthwhile. The deaths you barely get to see. It feels like they're scared to even show them anymore. Do you remember like Jurassic Park? Where, you saw body lip. The lawyer gets fucking chomped in half, and you see limbs. And
I think with the first Jurassic Park, you only see actual one or two deaths. Most of them, it's like you just see the dinosaur leaping at them, but it's the one or two deaths that you do see that are impactful.
Yeah, like even when the ranger gets killed by the raptors,
yeah,
you don't see that, but you could do see his body like twitching, the dinosaur and the raptor going in on it, and that's still really impactful.
Yeah.
In this, it's just like you just don't care, and you can spot a mile off which characters are going to die. You could line them all up and go that one, because you just know based on like.
If they're not a named actor in this film.
Yeah, basically. CGI is a bit ropey in places. And yeah, it has some really good set pieces. That's about all I can say for it. And it's not as bad as Fallen Kingdom and Dominion.
I think you just need to give up on this completionist streak that you've got with the Jurassic Parks franchise.
Kids want to go see it at the cinema, and it's free in it, so
even so, that's still your time wasted.
I had high expectations. I don't know why. I just thought
I didn't.
I just thought the people involved might have just taken on board from the last two films and gone like, let's do something that gets this franchise back on track.
Is it like a continuation from the last film? Like the. Was it
no, none of those characters are in it.
No, but I mean, like in terms of like the context, like the semi-post-apocalypse dinosaurs roaming the earth kind of shit.
So what's happened now is that the dinosaurs are on the earth, but because of the way that the earth has changed, they're dying off, and the only place that they can live is near the equator, where it's like a tropical,
right?
So which does make sense, and obviously within that, there's obviously a lot of climate change kind of message in there.
Because I'm just thinking at a certain point, like, if you want to make a Jurassic Park film, maybe just completely reboot the universe.
Yeah, probably gonna have to. They did that with World though. World was I don't mind World because it sets it back in a park. It sets it back in a contained area.
Yeah, but World was still technically a sequel because it's still building off what the first film did in the plot line. It's like they've made Jurassic World now. It works. But it's still based on John Hammond's park.
Yeah, but I kind of like that because it was a case of there's no way that all this money and research would be pumped into this park, and for it because it went wrong that one time that someone else wouldn't come and pick it up. There's a lot of money to be made on dinosaurs, which brings me to my final point: is the film specifically says people are now bored of dinosaurs. Fucking bullshit.
I'd never get bored of a dinosaur.
People are still excited by goats at a petting zoo. And guinea pigs. I've been to places where people crowd around a guinea pig cage to pick them up and pet them. Do not feed me some bullshit that because dinosaurs have been on Earth for 30 years now that people will be bored of them. Absolute fucking bollocks.
Not a chance. Goats are amazing. Watching them eat an empty bean can is great.
I would never get bored of standing and seeing a T-Rex in front of me. Like, if, obviously there'd have to be a fence between us.
Oh,
but
a bit more than a fence.
yeah, the fence didn't work last time, did it? But yeah,
two fences.
I'd never get bored of dinosaurs. Jesus Christ! Just when they said that, I was like, "Fuck off."
I think what blows me away is that, especially now with modern technology, like if you think how good Jurassic Park was back then, and how good it could be now, it's almost like it's an easy win if they just got that plot right. Because, like you say, dinosaurs on the screen, and if they do it right, it looks realistic and great. Then that's half your battle won. But there must be something missing with the plot, the story that isn't engaging.
The characters. There's no characters you care about in this film.
Well, it's life imitating art, isn't it? Like people, we're bored of dinosaurs, so we have to go bigger and bigger and bigger and more mutants and blah blah blah, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And with the first film especially, a lot of what the charm of that film is, it starts with wonder and then becomes horror. So like you're seeing people seeing dinosaurs for the first time. By the time you get to this Jurassic World thing, for all intents and purposes, I know people would never get bored of seeing, they're old hat. People know about dinosaurs. They experience them regularly, Whereas like with the first one, you've got that first act of the film where everyone's completely amazed by what they're seeing, which then turns to horror when it all goes wrong. And that's the brilliance of that film. It's also tight. It's an hour 45. It's a tight film.
Yeah. So yeah, sadly, another just poor one in the franchise. Right. Sorry, I know I've gone on a bit there, but I have to talk about the second big blockbuster of the year, of the summer, Superman. I think this is probably one of my most anticipated films of the year, and this time I'm happy to say that this one really does live up to expectations. This is fantastic. Really, really good. James Gunn understands the character. He understands the world. He knows how to do a comic book film. For me personally, he hasn't missed. I enjoy all of his Guardians films. I enjoy his Suicide Squad films. I've enjoyed his pre-MCU films, the horror he's done. Like I like his style. I like his humor, and I like the way he tells a story and the attention to detail. Are
you surprised by the mixed reviews it's got it? Where it's been really glowing and then
I'm very surprised, especially when I was like listening to some of them on Empire and they gave it a really bad score. I'm not surprised by some because I know I could pick out a plethora of reviewers who I knew would hate it regardless because they always do. But yeah, I'm surprised by some of them. But in general, like if I'm on my letterbox, like the lowest score on the people I follow is 3.5 stars, and everyone else is either 4, 4.5, or 5. So to me, that's like a success. But this one, what I love about this especially is it is a world that already exists in terms of Superman, metahumans, his relationship with Lois, and how long he's been on the world, and Superman and Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, they are just that's a regular occurrence to people. The film starts with, if you've seen the trailer, there is it starts in media res where the Superman is landing in the snow. So if that's like from the trailer, that's the opening shot of the film. Like it's him losing a battle, and you get an almost Star Wars style crawl at the beginning. It's like it's text that explains Superman's been on this earth for this long. This is this. This is this. This is this. Here's the setup. You're now in this world, and I love that because I don't need 30 minutes of me watching Superman
Origin again.
Clark Kent, at his farm with his dad, going through all about responsibilities, doing all this, doing all that. We've seen that so many times. Same as you would get in a comic book. Like I imagine there's so many different Superman comic books that just pick up the story and go, this world exists, these characters exist in it, here's the story I want to tell. And that's exactly what James Gunn's done. So that's why he's got like a kaiju battle in there. That's why Lex Luthor is already he is a tech genius billionaire, and what a fucking evil bastard he is. Like Nicholas Hoult is so good as Lex Luthor, and he hates Superman from the instant. There's no like build up of it. It's just he hates Superman and he is doing things to bring Superman down. In the background of all this, there's real world conflict between two countries. Draw on parallels between real world conflicts here, the likes of Russia and Ukraine, or Israel and Gaza. There's a lot of kind of Palestine. Sorry, there's a lot of parallels with that.
Yeah.
And Superman trying to do the right thing, and people kind of saying you can't be. He's seen as American, isn't he? Like we've discussed this already. That people think that because he's American and because he grew up in America, that he is America. So what he does around the world reflects on America. But he's like, that's not who I am. That's, I do this because the world needs this to happen. And,
it's the right thing to do.
People are going to die. If I do not stop, put an end to this, people will die for no reason. But so there's a lot of geopoliticking going on in the background. I do understand people who think that it's a bit messy and unfocused because there is a lot of characters. I didn't have that problem. It doesn't give you enough time to get to know the characters a lot. So Hawkgirl doesn't really get a lot to do. There's some characters at the Daily Planet that don't get a lot to do. But the core characters that you need to know of do. Again, the side characters are side characters. You don't really need to focus on them. They are like Hawkgirl. Yeah, she exists in this world. She doesn't really need to have much focus in this film. She will get that focus down the line in her in future projects. But yeah, David Corenswet, best Superman since Christopher Reeves by far. I think that they've done a really good job with showing his humanity and also his flaws. There is no Jesus or God complex in this at all. He has flaws. He has weaknesses. That's what I like. I like the fact that there are other metahumans and other antagonists that can cause him problems. It's no secret that I don't like the Snyderverse. I do not like the Jesus imagery in that film, where he's just seen as a god and he can kind of just beat everyone.
Yeah.
In this, it's not like that. He genuinely comes across as a normal human that just happens to have superpowers. Rachel Brosnahan is great as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult, I said already, he is really good as Lex Luthor. Them as that core trilogy of characters that from a Superman story. They're all really, really good. And yeah, the supporting characters are brilliant as well. Guy Gardner's by Nathan Fillion is a lot of fun. And Mr. Terrific
and the dog
probably gets the best action scene of the whole film. The dog Crypto he's a bad dog. He's a very bad dog, but he's also a good dog.
He's based on James Gunn's real dog. It's a scan of James Gunn's real dog, and the behaviour is based on him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick, but there's a reason for it, and that gets revealed towards the end of the film. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I really, really, it gave me everything that I wanted from a Superman film. I really
And
like.
assuming the announcement of how much it's taken, and I guess the positive reviews, then you assume there's going to be a sequel, I guess.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know that there has been some kind of conflicting reviews out there, but on the whole, it's positive. It's 85% on Metacritic. Like I said, most of my Letterboxd reviews that I've seen, all the people that I follow, they're all in 3.5 star and above. That's positive for me. But yeah, I really think people should go see it. You should go see it if you have any interest in it, or you want to go see a good superhero film. It's one of the best ones in a long time, certainly since Endgame. But yeah, did everything that I wanted it to do. Quick note, you do not need to stay for the mid-credits or end credits, because neither of them are setups. One's just a nice, sweet moment, and one's just a bit of a jokey one. So,
Fair enough.
Again, that's probably a positive, that he hasn't used this film and then gone, oh, by the way, now this is happening. Like, it's a self-contained story. And yeah, it's great. It's really, really good.
Cool.
Right, that's me. Gadget, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I've watched a couple of things. So I was playing a bit more Death Stranding. I'm nowhere near finishing the game. About chapter 7 now, so maybe halfway through the game, something like that. But still very much enjoying it. I watched a thing on Netflix the other day. So do you remember? I think last year we all went a bit mental for that Trainwreck Woodstock '99 documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Netflix have turned Trainwreck into a franchise, and they've gone to like multiple documentaries under that brand.
What's gone wrong now? I can't wait.
So this one I watched. So they've got a few. This one I watched was called Mayor of Mayhem, which is about the mayor of Toronto in 2010, Rob Ford, who was a very loud and brash conservative leader, very much the pre-Donald Trump, but very community focused. He was big on service for his community, but he was just brash and he said stupid things on the TV, and very rare that you could get him on a live interview because he would probably say something incredibly dumb or swear or something like that. He was like a working class but right winger. I don't one of them types. Anyway, his tenure as mayor kind of went a little bit. Well, it went severely into a train wreck situation when a video was revealed of him smoking crack.
Go on, lad.
And
Get it
so
down,
then,
yeah.
So then it becomes a whole media circus around him. And it then turns out the people that he was smoking crack with were arrested by the Canadian Royal Mounted Police because they were running guns into the country.
Sake.
And it just
As if those two things go hand in hand.
and it just sends it fast. And he's going around saying, I didn't do this, yada yada yada. And then the video is actually released. He's like, yeah, I did do this. And then another video comes out of him smoking more crack. And he goes into rehab. And it's just a whole thing. And it's one of the most surreal political moments of all time because it predates the kind of Donald Trump circus around politics, where every sentence that comes out of that man's mouth would be something that would destroy another politician's career. With Rob Ford, it nearly did. And it's just the man was completely unapologetic about his behaviour. There's one point where he's caught on, like, that whole gaggle of press thing when he's moving around a place, and like the press they ask him about, like, someone had said that there was a woman that said he'd said that he wanted to like have sex with her or something like that, and his response to a live camera was she said, I want to eat her pussy. I'm a married man. I got all the pussy I want to eat at home, and it walks off. Like, that's the kind of guy he is. It's a really good documentary because it like really shows kind of the build up, like how he got power, because it wasn't like he didn't cheat to get power. It's like he was a candidate who people got behind, and he did good things. like it talks about there's an example where like he's finished work one day. This is while he's mayor, and he goes to like his favorite sandwich place to get a sandwich to go home with, and the guy behind the counter is like saying, "Oh, I've just had an order come in. I don't have any drivers left because it's late at night." He says, "Oh, just give it here. I'll take it," and he takes it and delivers it to the person. So they knock at the door. It's the fucking mayor of your city there. So here's the sandwich you ordered. And, stuff like that. Like, he did good things for good people. He was also a fucking lunatic and a weird right-winger who was trying to, like, bilge money out of the system while smoking crack. It's a really fascinating little documentary. I can't overstate the crack smoking.
Sounds like a character you'd find in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It really does. Really does. And like he's even talks about like when like people are trying to like quote him for things he said. He says, "I don't remember saying that. That must have been that time I was blackout drunk." Like, it's just such an
We've all been there.
Unpolitician-like politician. And again, before Trump normalized that. But they've got 3 other documentaries out at the minute, with one more coming soon. So you've got the Astro World tragedy, which I think was a festival where things went bad.
Oh yeah,
it was a crowd surge, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Cult of American Apparel. That went wrong. And one, I think this is based on Biggie's experiences, Poop Cruise.
I know what that is.
That today.
Yeah, that's a worldwide cruise where they all got dysentery.
Check that one out.
So yeah, that is worth watching. It's a really good documentary, and that unlike Woodstock, these are just like one-off things. They're just one episode, hour long, not like multi-parters. So it goes over a bit briskly, but yeah, it's an interesting documentary to watch. And like, I knew a little bit about Rob Ford. I didn't know like the extent of it. Like, I just knew that he was this crack smoking mayor. The other thing I've been doing, and I haven't done a lot of it just because I've been doing other gaming related stuff, but I did pick up, when I saw a cheap code on Steam on CD keys, I picked up Elden Ring Nightreign. So this is the kind of roguelike multiplayer spin-off of Elden Ring. Kind of takes the concept, it takes the basic gameplay of a Souls game, but then puts it into a kind of a Fortnite-ish, like, shrinking world, where you play as kind of a squad of 3 warriors who go in, and you've got to fuck shit up, and you've basically got to defeat the 8 Night Lords, and that's how you win the game. And every time you start it over, like, locations are randomized, mobs are randomized, and loot is randomized, so you have to kind of build your character on the fly each time, like a roguelike. I didn't get this when it first came out, because even though it was only a 35 quid game, it's just like, am I going to like it? Is it going to have legs? And when I saw it for like 25 quid on CD keys, I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll pay 25 quid for it.
It doesn't sound like it should work for a start.
It doesn't, but I really like it. And this is not as like a fucking, this is not because I'm a fucking Souls nerd. It's just fun. It's stupid fun. So what it's done is sped up the Souls game experience, because Souls games are quite slow. You move from place to place, you deal with a boss, you die, you beat the boss, you go on, repeat ad nauseum. This, you are dropped into the map at kind of 1 or 2, 3 or 4 prescribed locations as a group of 3, and time is limited because that ring will eventually start kind of closing in on you. And like Fortnite, when you're outside of it, you take damage. So you just start sprinting, and they've made the character movement a lot faster. You have a kind of constant super sprint that you just like rattle around the world in. You can mantle up cliffs and ledges. Like, there's a lot of extra movement tech in it. And so you start off, you smash into a camp, kill everything in there, find your first site of grace, that levels you up, and then just go to the next one, and you keep working around until you get to it takes place over kind of 3 in-game days. At the end of each day, like when the circle's got as small as it is, you'll have a kind of Night Lord boss, and that's usually a repurposed boss from Elden Ring or the Souls series. You beat one of them, day 2 starts, do it again, get to the end of day 2, another big boss, and then you face your Night Lord on the 3rd day. and of which there are 8 you need to defeat to finish the game. You don't have to defeat them all in one run. You just, as you start each run, you pick which boss you're going to go and fight. But yeah, it just works. It's fast. It's fun. Each run so far has taken me about 25 minutes to half an hour. So it doesn't take forever. The classes...
That's about the same time as like a match in Warzone, the same kind of thing. You know, it's that half an hour is like the perfect time for a run like that. Yeah,
exactly. There are 8 kind of set classes that you pick from. So like I've mostly been playing with Wilder, which is the kind of sword and board fighter, but there's the Recluse she's a witch, there's the Revenant who summons creatures, there's I who's a archer, stuff like that. You know, it's all the various archetypes you would get in kind of a fantasy medieval fantasy game. But yeah, it really shouldn't work, but it does. You just go through, you kind of kill world bosses and kill enemies until you get to the point where you can face the day boss, and then, just move on to the next one. There is a story to it, but like all FromSoft games, I've got no fucking clue what's going on in it. And I need to watch a Varty video to understand this game. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I thought I would be mild on it, but it definitely feels like an experimental game, and I feel like when you've kind of beaten the final Night Lord, I wonder what the longevity of the game will be. Like, are they adding more content to it? Is there going to be DLC for it? You know, anything like that. But for what it is for a 35 quid game, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. To the point where I'm actually recording footage because I might do like a intermission video on it. Because I think it's a fun game that a lot of people are talking about who are Souls fans, but it's it's worth talking about, I think. And this kind of makes me excited for the Duskbloods, which is going to be another kind of one of these multiplayer takes when it comes out for Switch 2 next year. But that one
Switch 2 for that though.
I probably would, you know, if it comes off as well as Nightreign does, I probably would. That would be a game worth getting it for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, and it's a nice game to dip into because I've currently got 3 games on the go at the minute between Death Stranding 2, Cyberpunk for my next video, and the one I can't talk about yet. All really fucking long games. Where this one's nice if, like, you know, finish work, I just want to chill down for half an hour, bang into that straight out. Die probably. Oh, actually, one other thing, you do get to die within the map, and you don't lose the game immediately if you die. So if you die, you get knocked down, and your teammates have to heal you. How do they heal you? Hit you with their weapons.
Of course.
they don't have to stand on top of you and like hold X to revive you. No, they just fucking whack you with their sword a few times.
Like it.
Give you a tap on the ass. Come on.
Yeah. But also if you're fighting like a world boss, like you know, like an open map boss, and you die, and all 3 of you die in it, and you reset, the boss doesn't heal. So you come back and the boss has got the same amount of health that he had when you all died. So
nice.
it kind of, you don't, it's harder to get that frustration level that you do get with a normal Souls game because you're not constantly resetting. So yeah, it's good for it, and it'll be probably amazing fun with like a group of good mates. Like, I'm just playing it with randoms and I'm having a blast. So yeah,
I have to convince Oodles to get it then, won't you?
Yeah, I will at some point. I don't know if there's crossplay on it actually. I'm playing it on PC, so
I don't know. You think there would be? Most of these things do have it these days, don't they? You know, where you have a look for that. Biggie, round us off.
Okay. I'm still playing Division 2. I'm not going to review that, obviously. But
go ahead.
It's become a comfort game. That expansion just pulled me back into that game. I'm loving it. The loop of in-game rewards. There's so much you can do in that game. It's just got me back into it. I'm loving it. It's great. I'm watching videos about it and stuff for tips. And yeah, I'm really, really surprised just how a game that I loved before and dropped off has managed to pull me back in like this. But yeah. I have discovered a podcast that's been around for 9 years. I don't know how I missed this, considering I'm in the minority of music choice. But I discovered Drink Champs. Have you guys heard of this?
Drink Champs?
Probably not, because it's not your thing. But it's basically a podcast that's hosted by DJ EFN and the rapper Nori. Nore, who used to be a part of Capone and Noriega. And basically what they've done is this podcast is just a bit similar to us in some ways. It's evolved over time to where it is now. But they basically realised that hip-hop is not very good at celebrating its past, its artists, people that have come and gone, that have dropped off the industry, because it's an ever-changing music industry, like all are. But when you've got things like the Rolling Stones can still go on tour, obviously Osbourne's a classic example of still being able to do something like that, whereas rappers is not so much the same kind of thing. You do get rappers that are very famous and can still pull out a tour, but generally a lot of them just end up disappearing or behind the scenes. So what they wanted to do was just celebrate artists from the past, and obviously some that are still around, but they've really focused on those that contributed to the industry and hip-hop as a whole. And they call it giving them flowers now, so that they can they can feel being appreciated before they pass away, before it's too late. And it's just really nice. It's people that I've listened to all my life who I knew very little about, because being in the UK, we don't have that kind of coverage, it just doesn't really happen. So I've actually seen people that I've listened to now giving proper full-on interviews. Their podcast, like a couple of hours, and they drink, they chat, they have a bit of fun where they do the two names. It's like, who's better, Busta Rhymes or Nas or Eminem, and they have to either choose one or take a shot if they can't decide. And it's just a bit of fun involved as well. And then they then give stories about people in the past and that. And it's great. It's just a really fun listen. And again, it's not going to obviously appeal to you guys, because you probably wouldn't give a shit about 90% of the people on there. But to me, it's just blown me away. I've just been listening to all these amazing stories from all my life of when I've been listening to hip hop over the years. I don't know.
Just going through their episodes. Just going through their episodes. There is one I'll listen to, where it talks to Mike Shinoda and from Linkin Park. Mike Shinoda and Joe Hahn from Linkin Park turn ups. I'll listen to that one. But yeah, they've got like my favourite group, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. They had a massive bitter split, so they don't work together anymore. But they've had them on the separate guests, and they even talk a little bit about what happened. And it's just stuff like that. It's just really, really interesting for me. So I loved it.
Nice.
So anyone that likes hip hop, check that out. I did watch a couple of movies. Just very quickly. I can't remember. Did anyone watch Heretic?
Yeah.
I reviewed it. I can't remember. Did you review it on here? I can't remember if you did or not.
Don't think so, no.
But I'll quickly cover it if not. It's basically an American psychological horror film, but more on, I would say, the psychological side. Written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. It stars Sophie Thatcher, Chloe East as Mormon missionaries who visit the home of an eccentric man called Mr. Reed, played by the lovely Hugh Grant, who you know what you're going to get when you even look at the cover or poster of this, because he looks very evil on the front cover. But it's just a really interesting sort of story where I found the two girls are basically the missionaries they're promoting. They've got this list of people that at some point gave interest into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So they're doing a follow-up. So they're going to these people's houses and basically knocking on the door saying, you said you're interested. Can we now discuss this with you? And most people just shut the door or ignore them. But when they go to Hugh Grant's house, Mr. Reed, he invites them in. And then it just becomes, for me, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really interesting. For 95% of the film, I would say it was a really interesting discussion about all different types of religion and their impact, and how there are potentially faults with all of them if you're religious. And my wife watched it with me. She's a Catholic and she found it interesting watching it. So that should give you an idea of somebody who's very devout, what she thought of the film as well, the points that it raised. I just thought it was really interesting. Oodles will probably love it. It's much more of a talker. There's a bit of suspense involved. There's a bit of gore, but at the end of the day, you knew what you were going to get when you just look at the front cover of Hugh Grant on the poster. Basically, you know it's not going to end well. But I just really liked it. I just thought it's really interesting discussions about religion that probably don't really get brought up a lot I would say, because of how dangerous it is to discuss this kind of thing. But I thought the points that were raised by Hugh Grant's character were fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
I really like this resurgence in Hugh Grant, because now that he's able to break away from the shackles of just being the kind of foppish British heartthrob kind of thing. He's actually playing some really good characters.
Well, in this film, he basically plays that same kind of character throughout.
Yeah.
He doesn't really come across as menacing. It's the fact that their situation is menacing, but he in the movie doesn't still come across that menacing, if that makes sense.
Well, that's why he is menacing, because it's just like anyone that you would normally trust.
Throughout the whole thing, I thought his performance was fantastic. And the girls are really good as well. Kudos to both of them for playing their roles, but I thought he was fantastic in this.
Good. Yeah, I remember really enjoying it.
The other one was very quickly was Bring Her Back, which is by the same directors that did Talk to Me, that I reviewed late last year. This is by the directors Danny and Michael Philippou, and written by Danny Philippou and Bill Hinsman. This stars Billy Barrett, Sora Wong, Jonah Wren Phillips, Sally Ann Upton, Stephen Phillips, Misha Hayward, and Sally Hawkins. And basically, in a nutshell, the plot follows two step siblings who unfortunately discover their father dead in a shower from, I think it was a chemo-related accident, illness, and passed away whilst he was having a shower. And the brother is just under the age of 18, so unfortunately they still need to be I was going to say need to be orphaned. They need to be fostered. So, but he wants to eventually get the guardian rights to his sister. She's blind, or partially blind, so she needs a bit of support as well. But yeah, they get placed into this home, but with this new foster mother who appears to be in the middle of an occult ritual as the film develops. It's a real slow burner. It's very, very slow. But again, I like the psychological horror side of movies these days. I'm not all in for the gore. There's gore in here, don't get me wrong. But it's still, again, like the last film, it just focuses more on the sense of loss that's happened. I don't want to reveal too much because it's important to the story. If you want to watch the film, by talking too much will ruin it. But there's a sense of themes around loss, the grief side of it as well. Obviously, the occult, abuse, domestic abuse, all stuff like this, and foster care. There's all these sort of themes that are interlinked throughout this movie. And I just thought the performance was really good. I know Stig didn't like Talk to Me when he watched it last year. He wasn't a massive fan of it. I really liked it.
I liked it.
This is very.
I enjoyed it.
I thought you said you didn't like it as much. I thought you thought it was okay.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was like stand out and amazing, but I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, this is more of the same in my opinion. But I'm a fan. I thought it was great. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's on my watch list to watch, so I will.
But yeah, I can't talk too much without ruining the plot. But it's got some really trippy, a bit like The Ring. There's a video involved that she's using basically as a guide to perform this ritual, which by going too more into that would ruin the film. But there's some really trippy clips that you see of this video in the background, or that they deliberately show you, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is that? What is or what's going on here, sort of thing. Yeah, really cool. Watch the trailer and you'll get a good idea of what this is about.
Good. Well, I am looking forward to seeing that. So I'm also looking forward to hearing what our listeners have to say, Gadget.
Well, they've all written in great detail this week, so we're going to get through this as quick as we can. So we're running on long. We're starting off with the disembodied spirit of David Bowie's bulge. It's Bobby Wayne.
Wow.
This week I watched Heads of State, an action comedy starring Idris Elba as the UK Prime Minister and John Cena as a newly elected US President. The two have a tense political relationship which is put through its paces following a direct attack on them by an evil organisation. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a dumb action flick. Some of the comedy landed quite well and there were some genuinely great action scenes. There's a sequence involving Air Force One which I thought was truly thrilling, even if the CGI was a little ropey in a few shots. I'd recommend this for a watch if you haven't already. I mean, Stig already has, the rest of us haven't.
Yeah. It's good fun.
I spent some time watching a playthrough of Death Stranding 2 on YouTube because I can't afford a PS5, but enjoyed the story of the first game. I'll be honest, from what I saw, I felt the game was very empty, repetitive, and bland. I did enjoy the story. The unhinged story beats from Kojima, random dance sequences, eccentric characters were all great. From what I have watched, though, there's not that much in the way of environmental storytelling. All locations tend to be involved in the main plot, and a few side quests you have to do just lead you to another underground bunker. That was kind of the first game.
Yeah, that was the first one.
That being said, I would welcome the movie if when it ever releases. Finally, I watched The Greatest Beer Run Ever, an adaptation of a true story starring Zac Efron as New Yorker John Chicky Donahue on a quest to bring his enlisted friends beers on the front lines of the Vietnam War. I expected this to be a full-blown comedy, but it was actually quite a decent drama. It did a great job of highlighting just how horrid the war was on both US troops and the Vietnamese. The dichotomy of unyielding patriotism against the reality of the situation is portrayed by reporters, protesters, and even the troops themselves. I think Zac Efron played the role well and really transitioned from careless and ignorant to deeply affected towards the end. And the movie even got my wife reading into the whole conflict to understand what the hell it was about. I think this is probably one for the background watching, though, if I'm honest.
Never heard of it.
I have, but I was never interested in it.
Mike Halstead has said, turned 40 at the weekend, had a fun party which involved many gins. Once again, thanks Gadget for finding the time to come down. I really appreciate it. You're very welcome. He did have many gins. At one point, he was double-handing gins.
Good lad.
Just walking around with 2 goblets of gin.
It's your birthday, you got to. That's the rules.
Yeah.
I was very overwhelmed with the birthday haul. I got the big D&D Lego set, the DVD and Blu-ray to watch whilst I D&D Blu-ray to watch whilst I build it. Expedition 33, Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 remake, and some amazing dice and an awesome mug, and I got enough CEX vouchers to get a PS Portal. Also, when I introduced Gadget to people, I was finding the pod on their phones and following whether they wanted to or not, which is how we grow. Networking.
That's how you do it, folks.
Networking. Force this podcast upon people. But yes, it was a very fun time down in somewhere in Welsh sounding near Leeds. I'll never get the name of the place right. Nice place. Kebab shop was good as well. Did nice kebabs.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, the big naan kebab wrap. Zenos has been on, and she said, I have accidentally watched 5 films in the last week. I hate it when that happens. You know, when a film just sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
You just trip and fall, you trip and fall and watch 5 films.
Yeah. The first 3 I watched with friends over Discord, and I'll keep these short. Spider-Man Into and Across the Spider-Verse are great. I absolutely see why these were so popular on release. Kind of annoyed it took me this long to get around to them. Favourite character is a toss-up between Gwen and Spider-Punk, but I love that they made the Spot a credible threat where he's normally a bit of a joke.
Brilliant.
Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is well outside my usual wheelhouse, but it is comedy enough that the horror side didn't bother me for once, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, which is a surprise. A nice play off of horror tropes and the sheer incompetence of some of the characters. Yeah, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is like a classic early 2000s get stoned with your mates and watch film.
I do love it's great. Have you seen it,
Like,
Candy?
I've never seen it.
I'm not sure that I can't remember.
you'd
Probably, and I just
remember
can't.
if you had seen it.
You'd enjoy it. Yeah, it's a nice little twist on the horror like tropes.
If you get high enough, you do that. And what was the one with Seth Green? Idle Hands. Those 2 in a double bill.
Oh, nice.
It's a great early 2000s watch.
Save that for the weekend.
Came out in 2012.
Did it? I always thought Tucker and Dale vs. Evil was older than that. Oh well, but either way. I watched the 2 of those films together while really high, so there you go. Fourth, it has been too bloody hot again, so I decided to escape the heat for a few hours by actually going to my local cinema to see Superman. Both it and the air conditioning were an absolute breath of fresh air. It's genuinely been years since I enjoyed a superhero film this much. Excellent casting choices across the board, and I got completely blindsided by the engineer and Mr. Terrific showing up. I didn't think DC would bring a character from the Authority into this, but apparently the group is getting its own film at some point, so I might have to keep an eye on that.
Authority. Yeah.
Mr. Terrific is honestly my favourite character in this one, because as good as David Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult are in their respective roles, Eddie Kategi is managing to play one of the most intelligent people in the DC universe without the character coming across as a smug git like a lot of super smart characters can. Also, his solo fight scene is fantastic. It's not
also,
a perfect...
Sorry, I was just going to say, also, he's got a big fuck off T on his face, and it doesn't look out of place. Like, they managed to make it like fit with the world and not look stupid.
Yeah. Unlike Nathan Fillion's wig.
That works. It does work.
That is based on the character in the comic, by the way.
Character
He does have
dick.
the hair like that.
Yeah, but also James Gunn just likes making Nathan Fillion look silly.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect film, but it might genuinely be the best Superman film. Snyder can step on a rake. He had no idea how to do the character properly. Gunn does.
Yeah, see? See?
I like that. That's such a great put down. Snyder can step on a rake.
I will say, which I did completely forget to say in my review, is it is like a proper comic book come to life. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon comic. Like, it's those, you know how in the early 2000s where DC animated films were really good?
Yeah.
Like, it's like that. It's like, it's just one of those like brought to life where these are the characters, this is the world, and this is the fun we're going to have in it.
I just like from seeing the trailers, it's all brightly lit and brightly coloured.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Far too many dark superhero films, especially, from a certain Snyder. Anyway, fifth and finally, she goes on to say, now this one I had to go out of my way for because it's only on Netflix, and no, I don't have a Netflix subscription, so stop asking questions. Yeah, Candy, stop asking questions.
Yar!
It's called K-pop Demon Hunters. What's
Oh,
it
I've
about,
heard
you
of
ask?
this.
Oh,
I've heard
Well,
it's
it's about
my
really good.
daughter watched this over the weekend.
What's it about, you ask? Well, it's about a K-pop idol group who hunt demons, as opposed to the people who hunt K-pop demons, which is actually also the plot to some extent, because on the eve of their final defeat, the demons have managed to form a boy band. Let me start from the beginning. Hunter/X, pronounced Huntrix, but it's got a slash in the place of the I, are a Korean music trio who are secretly also demon hunters, protecting the world from demonic invasion by means of both their music and their martial arts abilities. Specifically, the emotional connection from their fans in response to the music forms a barrier which forces demons out of the world, and the current iteration of the group should be the last generation needed to reinforce the barrier to the point where it becomes permanent and unbreakable. Unfortunately, some enterprising demons and former human musicians have hit on the idea of forming a rival band to steal the fans' hearts literally and figuratively and break the barrier once and for all. I'll admit this film hit me in a way that won't necessarily affect a lot of you. The theme here is very much the struggle against society's expectations and hiding imperfections from those around you out of fear of their reactions, and protagonist Rumi has a lot going on where I know the feeling all too well. Except I don't have a whole thing of being an international pop star to worry about. This isn't supposed to be a trans allegory, but I definitely think you can look at it as one to an extent. The music is really good though, and if you think you'd enjoy a kind of cartoony action film, it's got a great soundtrack and would have been a massive hit as a Monster of the Week TV show in the 90s or early 2000s, absolutely give this a watch. Some of the pacing is a little rushed to get into all the runtime, but it's a really solid film and well worth your time.
The art and animation is really good too.
I think it's one of the highest rated Netflix films of the year.
Because they always do good animation.
Yeah,
It's not quite Blue-Eyed Samurai or anything like that, but it's a step down, but it still looks good.
What did they do? What's that robot one that they did? I can't remember what it's called now. It's a kids' film about a robot and a girl, and that was really good. I'm not sure what it was called, but I remember. There it is. Next Gen, it's called.
All right.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
from.
seen that one either.
Oh no, it's like from 3 or 4 years ago, but like it was pretty good. Like they do put out these like random, like decent animated films, like that you just look at it if it comes on your screen and go, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I think I might try and sit down with the girls and watch the K-pop one.
Cool. Last up, in honor of the heat, the title this time is "Boil in the Bag, Boy, Angry Kurt," because we've all boiled in the bag a little bit over the last week or so.
Yeah.
Hi, ME crew. I finished Promise Mascot Agency, which was a delight throughout and was my game of the year right until I started Old School Rally. I bought this game on Steam Early Access a while ago and played a bit of it, but it didn't click with the handling model whatsoever. Then on Friday, I noticed it had its full release and received updates whilst in Early Access, some of which addressed the handling. So I booted it up and now it's everything I wanted. It's a rally game inspired by the PS1 Colin McRae games in every way, including the graphics. It handles just as well now, and it's nice to play a racing game with a straightforward career mode, no worrying about sponsors or meeting certain objectives. It's simply win this set of races to unlock the next event and win money to buy new cars. The cars aren't licensed, but you can tell what they're based on. I love this game. I need to check that one out, because I loved Colin McRae back in the day. I also played a bit of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, but I didn't really gel with it. I can tell it's a good game, so I wouldn't knock it, it's just not my kind of game loop. I just like saying Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Film-wise, I watched Point Break, which had been on my watch list for a while. It was good fun, and I can see why it gets all the praise it does. Now I'm looking for other action classics from the same era that I might have missed. TV wise, I finished season 4 of The Bear, and I've got to say, I came away disappointed. For me, only the final episode was the standout. I didn't really feel as though it cared too much about any of the characters' arcs this season, particularly not the Fact brothers, who had far too much attention. I've now started season 2 of Poker Face and loving it. Each episode is like a mini Glass Onion or Knives Out, which makes sense given the writer. Book-wise, I got through How to Win a Grand Prix pretty quickly. I mean, drive faster than the other guy. And I've now... I mean, that's... Short book.
That's done.
Vroom, vroom.
And I've now started Project Hail Mary. Only a couple of chapters in, but enjoying it so far. It's funnier than I was expecting too. The main character reminds me of Gadget. That I don't know if I should take that as a good thing or a bad thing.
He sees you as Ryan Gosling. That's a good thing.
I mean, I do look like him. We have been mistaken for each other at airports before. But yeah, that's what he's got. Yeah, that's all the feedback we have this week. Sorry.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for writing in. If you want to write in as well, you can do by sending us an email at modernescapismpod@gmail.com. Or alternatively, you can sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/modernescapism, where you will get a prompt every week or every other week by myself to write in your lovely feedback. For £5 a month, you can get all of this and all the extended lovely stuff we do, including Modern Escapism, which is now done. You will have
super done.
You will have that episode by the time this episode comes out.
Will they?
Yes. Yeah, it's out. Yeah, that's the time this. It's you'll have it. And then or you could do the Biggie bundle, and that'll get you all the Scotch sheep stuff as well. Usually we do a Candyland, but Candy said it was a shit one, and we are running late, so we're gonna leave it for there this week, and come back in 2 weeks' time, and we'll have a better one for you.
I'll do a bumper one next time.
Yeah, why not? So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and anyone who's a patron, we will see you in the green room. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.